guys, what's going on? FYMyPawn here, and welcome back to Me Rising. Since we last left off, if I do recall correctly, we had managed to procure ourselves some iron tools, we defeated a few bosses, managed to get some research. I believe we also got an amulet to help us defeat some of the bosses here and there. We managed to get iron cages, captured a few high bloods, but I think we decided to ultimately convert them. Except for one creature that was like 93% or something. Ultimately, we gathered a whole bunch of individuals, and we tamed them in hopes for our planning for the future. For this stream, what I believe we'll be doing is we're going to be going on a bit of a hunting fest for stone, because if we don't do that, then we won't be able to build massive structures and prep for future endeavors. Because we will need the materials necessary in order to send minions out on expeditions. So ultimately, it just comes down to selection of choice, finding people that we can tame, and throwing them to the wolves, as it were. But I digress. Without further ado, let's get into things and see what happens. But yeah, ultimately, we've got quite a bit to do. It's nothing too crazy. We've just got to get a whole bunch of stone, among other things. We are also going to need to make a library among those choices. We're also going to need well, obviously, we need a whole bunch of stone, so I'm going to make repeat trips to 2 areas. One tripped area is to that area over by the stone, or rather by the fishing area that I was at, where I got a whole bunch of stone. So we'll be going over there. And we'll probably be going to the other side of the map in order to get some more plant stuff. In order for us to make a whole bunch of potions, because I believe we needed more potions, so... It's just a stacking evolution thing that we need to get done. I will have to figure out how I'm going to reorganize this base, but I digress. We should be fine. Hello, Frederick. Take all that. I guess we can start upgrading his materials as well in the future, but we'll worry about that in a bit. Right now, I'm more concerned about... Yeah, those are converting, so we don't need to worry about them yet. In fact, what I will do is I'm going to go over here, summon Frederick here, so that way we've got him over there without too much hassle. And let's see. So what we'll be doing is we'll be first going over to Fishing Lake to go over to here to get a whole bunch of stone. So I guess we'll do that right at this instant. We need to get the Castle Bar Tier 4 if we hope to get horses. That is unfortunately going to take some time, so we'll actually have to go do something in order to go get that done. So we might even press ourselves a little thin in order to get what we're looking for. We might have to play it a bit dangerously, but for the sake of getting a high-speed horse, it might be worth it, all things considering. But alas, that is not the most important thing that we have to worry about right now. There we go. We'll grab the treant, deal with them, so that's good. What do we got for stone? Here we go. Alright, let's transform into a bear here. Alright, I missed the intended targets. There we go.
My blood reserves run low.
Here we go. Just casually deal with those bone horrors. You get a whole bunch of bones. Never a bad thing, that's for sure. We are running a bit low on blood, but that's fine. Alright, so that is the core of what we wanted to get. We've got some blood potion if we ever run low enough. Ultimately, we're doing pretty good for ourselves, so I'd argue that we're doing really nicely. We won't have to worry about enemies too heavily here. Those, I guess we can quickly head on our way back in order to grab what we need. Or rather, just stow some stuff away, rather, I mean. We got 2,000 stone, which is pretty alright for a haul. Could do better, but eh. We're doing as much as we can in a short period of time, so it's all good. Alright. Okay, and we'll just do this. That should do it. Not perfect, but it's a decent enough split that it will be fine. Thank you for the follow, Salmon Garden. Much appreciated. Okay, we'll take that glass. We can take these, because we don't need them. We'll take this. There we go. And I do believe, as long as we split this glass up evenly, we should be able to make a whole bunch of bottles. Or at the very least, a sizable enough amount that we should be fine. We'll toss this in to make some more glass. And I guess we'll toss into copper because there's no reason to not. We'll split this into 300. There we go. That should do it. Get these processing. Alright, let's start setting up our ingredients here. There we go. Snowflower seeds go here. What else? I do believe I will have some other stuff in here, so let me just quickly go check. In, not alchemy storage, but herb storage here. We actually don't have the seeds of other things, so that's fine. Regardless, we'll stow everything that we don't need. I'll take this, because we're going to need that in a moment. Here, storage goes in. I guess I'll toss that in. Stort. We are going to need to get some better gear. But other than that, we've got building materials, so we can just make another floor. But in order to do that, we're probably going to have to manipulate this area a little bit in order to make it look a bit better. Obviously, we've got alchemy and jewel crafting. We've got the prison over here. We've got this over here. So what we'll probably have to do is move this back a space. Outbreak path to ground. Oh, does it mean like it needs a stairwell in order to actually work? Hold on. Oh, no, it doesn't. Not break path to ground. Awkward, but it needs to be done. Can't break the path to ground. Okay, that needs to go back there. Cancel move. What exactly is blocking it then? There's... temporarily place those in here. Okay. Okay, so I can't break the pathing here. So I need to quite literally move the stairwell to the side here. Right? Before I can actually move it back, is the thing. God, this is a weird situation. Okay, how do I do this? Alright, let's move this outside for now. Favor of moving that there. Blocked by stone stairs. Move this outside. I can. that a little bit. Move this there for a sec. That way we move that there. Okay, castle entrance and ancient symphony gates. Cannot break path to ground. Okay, so let's go foundation. And let's go up a bit here, so that way we can set up a foundation here. There we go. Stairs. Not break path to ground. God, this is so annoying. Okay. Dang, stone. Decided to form right as I was building. Okay, stairs. Oh, is it because of the, Is it because of this doorway here? Okay, let's, make a wall here, a castle entrance specifically.
Cannot build here.
God damn it, Frederick. Alright, rise Magnus, Barney. Summon you, Frederick. There we go. Leave those three in there. And now, if I do the foundation thing here of stairs. There we go, finally. Now I can move this. I can move it back a bit. There we go. Tedious, but we managed to do it in the end. Now, all we do is we set up the foundation to where we set up the castle flooring once more. It's a bit tighter this time, but it's necessary for what we need design-wise. That's why I'm doing it this close. Pop that. Do this. Then we can make another set of stairs. Go in here. And then all we do is just wall everything off accordingly. There we go. Ultimately a tedious process, but it needs to be done. And then all we do is just set up some foundation here. There we go. Block by something below. Eh? I guess it might be the Symphony Gate. Okay, and hopefully this will be the last thing that we need here. But now, this will be the last thing on the end here. Here we go. Alright, we'll take the coffin with us. Not sure where I'll put it beside our area here. Here we go. Take that Eye of Magnus with us. Put it right over here. We have 12 walls, so that's not enough to do what we're intending to do, so we'll leave that. We'll leave this area as a barren opening. I will take this with me while I'm at it. Oh, whoops. I ended up jumping before I, which I can't do because that cancels movement. Alright, all we do now is just reestablish the flooring. So we're first going to move this back here, so that way we have the heart in the centralized location there. We will set up our walls once more. Here we go. Foundation, we will go castle flooring here. There we go. Now it's more homely, once again. I guess we set it up here. That should be ample enough. I do believe we've now got bottles. That should be enough for a whole slew of new potions, which is good. We are nearly dead, so I'm just going to quickly down that potion. Which is going to get us a nice, juicy amount. Take that. That should be enough. Alright. Not bad. Not bad at all. That said, we do still need to do some work here. I do believe it's in our best interest to establish some form of room. So, yeah, no, it would be in our best interest to do another room. We're going to set up some foundation. Okay. Here we go. We don't have enough stone to actually produce a full room. However, production-wise, I do believe we can set ourselves up with something. Let's see. Specifically, we need knowledge. So we need 8 reinforced planks, which we only have 3 of. Not good enough. We'll have to do some work there. Let's move the tanneries over here for now. Can't really think of a better spot for them right now until we get the knowledge research done. Same for the leatherworking table, I guess. Well, no. Yeah, no, we can squeeze it in here. There we go. The loom will have to go over here. The research desk we will take up to the 3rd floor. Okay, it's gonna go over here. We will have to make some paper presses eventually, but that will come in time. Until then, we need reinforced wood, so we need iron. We'll take all this iron, because we'll need it to be processed. Take the copper while we're at it. Take 52. Take that wood. I guess we can take the quartz while we're at it. Produce some more glass while we're here. Alright. Alright, let's start by passing over the iron ores here. There we go. Toss the copper into this one. We will split these into 30s. That way we've got glass being produced. Oh, bad. Alright. And there we go. Nice. Here we are. Nice, we got a whole slew of bricks now. That will certainly help. Right, I believe I also said we're going to need iron, so what we'll do here is we'll... There we go, that should do. And there. That should do it. While I'm at it, I can make some potions here, I suppose. Let's see. Here we go. We can make up to 3 currently, which isn't a lot, but it's a start, I suppose. In the meantime, I suppose I can make some extra empty glass bottles. There we go. Not bad at all. No worries in there. We should probably get some blood from you, so we're gonna just use one of our bottles here. Feed you a Twilight Snapper, take the bottle for ourselves. Alright. We are just missing out on planks, which is the biggest issue, it seems. So, right now, we're actually in desperate need of wood, of all things. Which is kind of surprising. I won't turn down extra wood, but we are definitely going to need to go on a harvest spree in order to get some more. I mean, anywhere is good to get such things, so anything goes, really. But for now, let's just put a roof over this, at very least. We'll discover more decorations, I suppose. No reason to not, after all. Okay, where else? Or what else do we need? I guess the only thing is getting wood and getting the other things, so I guess we'll go on another outing to get both. We'll stow those, go into consumables, stow those. Alright, here we go. So where we need to go is over to the Gleaming Meadows. They'll give us Blood Rose, Snowflower, and Fire Blossom. All 3 of which are important herbs that will help us along the way. So getting them now would be a good time as any to do so. Okay. Just carefully make our way over. Nice. Okay, not bad. Alright, so 180 Blood Rose, that's certainly going to help us with our potion department. We'll have to sack some Blood Rose brews, but that's fine. Okay, Here we go. We'll ignore Polara. Because right now we're not concerned about her specifically. We're more concerned about just getting loot here. Okay. Alright. We've got a trippy mushroom over there, but we don't need to worry about that. More concerned about this. There we are. Okay. I think that's the majority of herbs that we're going to get here. I guess in the meantime, what we can do is actually harvest the wood here while we're here. Wouldn't be a bad idea at the very least. Alright. That is our supply. We've got 350 rows, that's not bad. Getting a bit too close for comfort, but whatever. She targets us, she targets us.
Trees foretold your coming.
As I casually just ignore her. See you later. She's really trying her best to take me out, huh? It's really unfortunate that I don't really care. Okay, I'll take this tree out next. Okay, we've got 1,000 wood so far. Not completely perfect, but hey, we're getting there. We're getting there. We need to get a whole bunch of wood and more to keep going. So. Take the rat. Okay, not bad. Hey. Hey. Okay. At least we're paving away, getting a whole bunch of trees in the process. 2,300 ain't bad. I guess I can go for one more tree and then I can split it all up. Yeah, it'll do. Alright, so that's 3,000 wood. That'll do us for a while. We've also got 360 rose, or blood rose, which will give us plenty of healing. At the very least, it should be enough to satisfy. We've also got means to get more, if need be, which is over here. There we go. Let's take that. There we go. How is our supply? There we go. We've got... Alright, let's split this by 1,000, roughly. There we go. That should do it. Okay. And there we go. 29 planks is not perfect, but it's still something. Alright, so now I do believe I wanted to go into production, into knowledge specifically, in order to make a study. A study will allow us some specific... Oh, I meant to go into build. But a study will allow us to learn some very useful tools here. We'll just set the study over here. And it will allow us to unlock a few things here. We've already learned Merciless Iron Spears and Iron Pistols. We've learned the Pendant of the Warrior. We've also learned Crimson Templar Leggings. And we can discover more if need be. I think a discovery might not hurt. Tailor Flooring, perfect. So now we've got Tailor's Flooring, which is really good for us. We're still going to need more planks, though, but we're definitely on the right direction at the very least. Foundation-wise, let's set up some Tailor Flooring for this. We'll go blue carpet today. Oh, you can change it from different colors. Okay. There we go. Now let's go for a gray. There we go. And we'll put up a castle entrance here. There we go. Yeah, we're severely lacking in planks at the very least. Kinda sucks, but, you know, sucks to suck, I suppose. Okay, we'll take these, take the bottles. We'll make 13 more. This is going to give us some high quality healing that gives us a 55 heal instead of a 40 heal, which is pretty good. Alright, put our stuff away here. Consumable wise, we'll put the blood rose away. Or blood rose potions away, I should say. Put those out. Put that away. There we go. Solid. Alright. Overall, we're doing so far so good. Apologies for stretching. Okay, we got 3 days on the other keep here. We are going to have to build him build up a network, but I digress. We're doing well. We're doing well. Apprentices are working overtime to get their stuff done. Let's take out the wood from the sawmills here. There we go. And let's finish up that tailoring room. And in the meantime, what I can do is I can take these up, because I do believe those are tailoring specific, aren't they? They are, yep, tailoring specific. There we go. Nice. Alright, that's one bit of tailoring for the tailor room. We're gonna need to get that big item in there, actually, so... Where is it? Left it outside, yeah. So this is a tailoring specific item. That'll be a joy to deal with. Well, a joy to place, I should say. Put that back there, put this here. Alright. That goes in here. We will settle these two in. We're definitely going to have to find ways to expand our design to a degree. Is the loom tailoring? Yes, it is. Okay. So we'll have to take that next. But ultimately, we're starting to organize things. Base is getting much better looking, to say the least. Okay, we just need to get the leather thing. And then the loom. So take this. And the loom can go on the back here. We will make a bigger crafting zone later. But for now, we're just getting the essentials packed into one big building, essentially, which is good. Here we go. Nice and done. Alright, so now we've got matching flooring, we've got a confined room, and everything is now 25% off, and takes 25% less chance, or it takes 25% less time to craft, as well as costs 25% less to make. We are going to make a silver thread rag, which is going to increase our inventory space by an additional 2 points, but it's also going to give us silver coin carrying immunity. So we can start carrying silver coins without any issue. Okay, but that gives us a way to sacrifice this leather bag because we no longer need it. And we can use that for a while. So it's a nice little upgrade, never hurts to have. Let's see. We are going to need to upgrade to thick leather at some point, but at the moment, thick leather is a bit of a pipe dream for us right now. Yeah, as of right now, thick leather is not something we can make, I don't think. Yeah, to make thick leather, we need oil and thick hide, which we haven't ran into yet. But once we do, we'll be able to upgrade our gear, so that is something to look forward to. Until then, we're probably going to have to upgrade our weapons to the Relentless version. But I digress, we'll just toss this in. Tailoring, there we go. We do have thick hide. We just don't have the recipe to make things with thick hide, I do believe, so that is off the table for now. A shame, but not unexpected. In order to make that, I do believe, we need to take out a very specific individual, and I think it's Frostmaw. Yep, Frostmaw. He also provides the Mountain Peak bag, which I do regret making now a little bit, but to be fair, we are going to need to deal with these guys later anyways, so it's no big deal. Alright, let's see. I guess we could deal with Sir Irwin. He'll give us a storm spell point, but the more important thing is probably the stables, which will allow us to feed the animals, and if we feed nutritious plants to them, they'll improve their attributes, so... Sir Irwin is an expert horseman, known both for his skills on horseback and unbearable company at formal events. Being generally disliked by his superiors, but too skilled and devoted to the light to exile to Farbane, he was instead sent to prepare for a grand offensive against the Cult of the Damned. Atop his fearless steed, Charger, he trains at the Dunley horse track, waiting for his promised troops. Surely they'll arrive any day now. Interesting. Well, I guess we can see about taking him out before he becomes a problem. That won't be a bad idea at the very least. The raceway is over here, basically. It's a good place in order to get a horse, if you're looking for one. I actually have gone there a few times myself to get a top quality horse. Of course, it depends on what horse I get, so I like to tame a whole bunch before I start doing anything with them. But yeah, I guess we can go take him out while we're here. Why not, right? We've only got 3 Blood Rose potions, so I should make sure I'm careful with what I do here. Other than that, we should be fine. That is a 98 blood. That is a 98 blood. I have to dominate that thing.
You are in my grasp.
Okay.
Your mind is mine to control.
Alright, go. Okay, drag you along here. Okay. Okay. Channel, channel, channel.
You look right at home.
Alright, that's a 98. That's way better than the bear. So I guess I can convert the bear into something. Why not, right? Okay. That is something worth noting, though. We've got now a 98% blood pig, I suppose. That wasn't bad of a haul. We lucked out there. Of course, I wouldn't be doing this normally, so... Of course, we're going to have to tame certain individuals here and there. Just gotta be careful with who we choose. That is a 60% worker. Well, not a 60% worker, but a level 60 worker, I should say. There we go. None of the workers there seemed all that impressive, so no reason to provoke the populace. There we are. But yeah, a 98% is very close to the 100 that we're looking for, so that's nice. go. We got a sun resistance brew. I suppose we can actually drink that. No reason to not, after all. And there he is, Sir Irwin. Before we go, I guess, yeah, so that, the Southern Waygate over there is probably the easiest to deal with him. But, let's see how we fare against this guy.
Finally, I'm called to battle. I shall trample upon thy fate. Lightning!
Oh.
Taste my blade, Bespoiler! Twin lightning!
Okay.
That day, noble fool! Heirs of glory! Charge! Bravely forward, Sergeant!
Oh. Ow.
Lightning strike fight! That day, noble fool!
Are you kidding?
From the heavens!
What the heck?
Heirs of glory! Sergeant, repeat!
Are you kidding? Holy.
It's not the end.
Alright. Huh. That guy's dangerous. Whew. Doesn't help that he's fast on his feet, but, yeah. No, that's a dangerous foe. I was not expecting that. That was actually kind of fun. Oh, interesting. I guess you need to be trained in horsemanship in order to deal with him. At least that's what I think would be the case, considering it'd be way easier to fight him with a horse. At least that's how I think he's designed. You're meant to take him out with a horse. I think I could take him out without one, to be fair. You just gotta be more careful, and instead of using a bow, which has some draw speed, you need to actually swap it out to something a bit more practical. Being a, well, being obviously a scythe or any sort of long-ranged melee weapon. Because he likes to get in your face, and against an archer, that's not exactly ideal for you. Alright, let's do this. We're also not going to be able to benefit too much from Bone Extraction and Void, because delay on those spells are not ideal for a fast-moving target like that. You need something that is that you can use as a prediction, so it's actually Chaos Volley that we want. And given the circumstances, a protection spell would be more ideal here. And we can't really channel, so Army of the Dead would be a bit more functional in this case. Alright.
Come! To arms! Have at thee, vagabond! Twin lightning!
Ow.
Taste my blade, Bespoiler! Blessed lightning!
Okay.
Your end is near. I deny. Lightning strikes light.
Are you kidding?
It's your end.
Okay, so he's actually going through my defenses here, which is odd.
Spears of glory. Charge! Bravely forward, Georgia.
Ow! Okay, so yeah.
From the heavens.
Okay, yeah, no, okay, so barrier like that doesn't work. Okay, so he's able to break through the barrier there as well. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, so we won't be able to use a barrier because he's able to bypass it, really. I'm not sure if that's just specifically Ward of the Damned, though. I think it is specifically Ward of the Damned that he's bypassing, though. Which is kind of a surprise, if anything. Okay. So we can't use Ward of the Damned. So it might even be better to use Cold Snap in this case. Because that will give us a bit more of a barrier to work with. And once it hits nighttime, it'll be a little easier to take him out. But it's very clear that there's a specific route that you need to fight him with. So you can't really use ranged weapons, because, I mean, Chaos Volley has proven itself pretty useless against him. You can't really block with normal spells, so Ward of the Damned is not the ideal thing to use against him. To that end, I might actually change the other spell. Let's see, what can I do here? Shockwave won't do it. Blood Rage might oddly be a good choice here. I could also do a Spectral Wolf, but that doesn't really help me here, I don't think. Ball Lightning could work, though. Yeah, no, let's go Ball Lightning, because Ball Lightning's an instantaneous effect once shot out. So it actually works in our favor here. Okay. Now we just swap like this. There we go. Alright, let's properly do this.
A rabble-rouser! Have at thee! I shall trample upon thy fate!
Okay.
Spears of glory!
Ow.
Meet your end! Spears of glory!
Count of thought.
Your end is named! I mean done! Holy artillery! Have at me, Daggers!
Okay.
Lightning strikes light! I shall trample upon thy fate! Twin lightning!
Okay, down a potion.
Have at thee, ignoble fool! Lightning strikes light!
Okay.
Meet your end! Twin lightning!
Alright.
Your end is nay! I mean not! Holy artillery! What Sandler!
Okay.
Ah! Split it free! Cowardice! Now that day, ignoble fool! There's of glory! Carry forth!
Nice try.
Lightning strikes light! Charger, with me!
Okay.
Carry forth! Twin lightning! Charger! Lightning strikes for me!
Okay.
Artillery! I shall trample upon thy fate!
There we go.
Strikes light!
Are you kidding? God.
I cannot go on.
Okay. I'm gonna have to definitely wait for nighttime, because, ooh, this guy's dangerous. But I've got the rhythm down.
Spoiler!
His horse is probably the most dangerous, or rather his companion horse
My
is
blood
probably
reserves
next most
run
dangerous. But I do think I can take him out. It's just a matter of time and effort. If I'm able to... Yeah, no, I can't take him out. It's just going to be a bit annoying more than anything. Thankfully, I do have some vials that I can use to actually help with the battle. Healing won't exactly be possible. I suppose I can backtrack to quickly grab some more vials, but... That's dangerous. I'll be honest. Quite fun, all things considering. Like, I can take him out. It's just... Ooh. If I don't have Shade, it's basically a death sentence, really. That's the only thing that's stopping me, really. The Shade. Alright, let's down the blood vial to get some more.
Delicious.
Alright. I guess for now, what we can... Oh, I guess I could just tame a horse, to be fair. Rely on one of these mares to help me out. 8.3 speed, rotation speed 11, acceleration 6. That's a really good horse, actually. Yeah, let's use this one. Well, actually, hold on. Let me see what there is, actually. What have you got? 9.5, 6, 13. Oh, whoops. 9.5, 6, 13. Okay, so it's the same across the board, basically. You're worse, so yeah. We're gonna try using this horse here, I guess. Give it a go.
A wretch seeks to unhorse me. Preposterous. Meet your end.
Alright.
From the heavens! Have at day, vagabond! Spears of glory! Taste my blade, despoiler! Spears of glory!
Okay.
Meet your end! Destined lightning! Bravely forward, Dodger!
Nice try.
Dodger, with me! Twin lightning! I shall trample upon thy fate! Destined lightning! Your end is nigh. I deny. Lightning strikes twice. Bravely forward, Dodger.
Are you kidding? There we go. Are you kidding?
Lightning strikes twice.
Are you
Your
kidding?
end is nigh. I deny. Holy artillery.
Ooh.
Have at day, vagabond! Twin lightning!
Are you kidding? Oh. Damn you, military guard. Got me distracted and all that. And now my gear's gone. Well, not gone, per se, but... Alright, let's go to our stone coffin, grab the healing potions, and let's go. We're doing this. We're doing this today.
Once more.
I won't be satisfied otherwise. we're also going to need a higher tier potion, so all the more reason that we go here. Okay, we'll go in alchemy table, grab the healing. We'll grab this. That enchanted brew will help with some spell power, but not really much. I believe we just feed you real quick. That was going to get us a 97 blood after all, so getting it done is probably for the best. Take that. Down it. Alright. And once you're done, we take the bottle of a 98 creature, which will potentially give us the tier 4 at the very least. Which bite heals us for 5% of maximum health and temporarily increases our attack speed and damage output. Not really useful, but the other benefits will be useful, which is giving us increased resistance, the movement speed, and a maximum health increase. Alright, let's go. Let's do this. Alright, now we've got healing available to us, so that should be good. Will we be able to beat him? That's the question. I don't think we will, but we could certainly heck and try. I'm confident we can. It's just his forces seem to be the biggest factor in this battle. I do believe. We are also going to want to deal with this guy, because he ran in and ruined this run completely for us. Alright.
Come, John! To arms! I shall trample upon thy fate! Holy artillery! Have at thee, noble fool! Heirs of glory!
Nice try.
Have at thee, vagabond! Heirs of glory! Meet your end! Heirs of glory! Have at thee, noble fool! Heirs of glory! Carry forth!
Okay.
Charge! Queen
Alright.
Lightning! Divine Thunderclap maneuver! Together, old boy!
There we go.
Lightning strikes fight!
Okay, heal up.
Taste my blade, despoiler! Blessed lightning! Roger, with me!
Okay, heal up.
Bravely forward, Roger!
Nice try.
Lightning strikes fight! What to arms! From the heavens!
Okay.
Each
Ow.
way. Wind lightning!
Are you kidding? Oh, bloody heck.
Raise it forward, Roger! From the heavens! Tearing pursuit! To arms!
Are you kidding?
Wind lightning! I shall trample upon thy fate! From the heavens!
Okay, down to healing. No, fucker! Come on! Stop doing the horse thing.
Lightning strikes light!
Are you kidding?
Divine thunderclap maneuver. My leg is perfectly fine. Less lightning.
Okay.
Your end is near.
Are you kidding?
It's not
He's
the
summoned
end.
3-4 horses there. That's just annoying. I can't really deal with them. Ah! Pain. I can't. I feel like. Ooh. He's certainly difficult for what he is, that's for sure. Dang. He gives you very little room to actually heal, among other things. Whew. It's been a while since I've dealt with such a difficult boss. I kind of like it, though. I think I can handle him, though. I think so. It's just a question of how much I can do in a short period of time. Because the gear requirement is supposed to be, like, 46. His difficulty says otherwise, but I'm confident I can beat him. It's just... Alright, let's do this.
A wretch seeks to unhorse me. Preposterous. I shall trample upon thy fate. Spears of glory.
Okay.
Your end is nay. I mean nigh. Holy artillery.
Okay.
Have it, Daggers. Lightning strikes light.
Okay.
Meet your end. Lesson lightning. Got it, board?
Okay.
Ah!
Nice try.
Spears of glory. Have a day, vagabond.
Okay.
Spears of glory. Have that day, noble fool. Holy artillery. Daring pursuit. Ah. Intrigue. Cowardice. Wind lightning. Have that day, noble fool. Holy artillery.
Ow.
Bravely forward, Georgia.
Okay, heal up.
Bravely forward, Georgia.
Ow. Are you kidding?
Fight, fight. Daring pursuit. My leg
Heal up.
is perfectly fine. Lightning strike, fight. Taste my blade, Miss Spoiler. Spears of glory. Meet your end.
Nice try.
Less lightning. Ah!
Ow. Ow.
Indeed.
Are you kidding? Stop.
And that day, noble fool. Wind lightning.
Okay.
Watch them learn. Get it together, boy. For the heavens!
Ow.
Shield of glory. Got it, board? Roger, with me.
Are you seriously? He times it so well.
Divine thunderclap maneuver. To arm. Spears of glory. Lord like thunder.
Okay.
In lightning. Sally forth!
Are you kidding? Like,
Sally forth! Let's get like that!
okay.
Your end is near. I deny. Lightning strikes twice. Divine thunderclap maneuver. Ha!
Got it. Okay, there we go.
Heirs of glory. Charge!
Nice try.
Charge! From the heavens. Father, lightning strike coming.
Okay.
Take time, please.
Ow.
Spoiler.
Seriously?
Holy artillery! What Chandler? My leg?
Okay, down a potion.
Perfectly fine. Lightning strikes twice. The heavens are on my side.
Okay.
Blessed lightning. Have at thee, vagabond. Spears of glory. The heavens are on my side.
Down a potion.
Spears of glory.
Ow.
Roger, with me.
Heal.
Bravely forward, Roger.
Are you kidding?
Holy artillery. Tearing pursuit. Hurrah! I shall trample upon thy fate. From the heavens. Roger, lightning strike coming.
Okay, heal.
Lightning strike twice. Divine
Are you
thunderclap
kidding?
maneuver.
Ah!
Is perfectly
Okay.
fine.
Okay. Even after all that, I don't think I can beat him. He is not built to level. He is certainly not built to level. That is a guarantee. So what I need to do is I'm probably going to need to get some Merciless gear, I'm thinking. That will increase the odds of us dealing damage to him, which will make the fight go all the better. Of course, I could just fight him again, but I'm not confident I'll be able to actually handle him at this rate. As much as I want to believe that I can handle him, he's just a bit too much for me right now. So yeah, we will bow out from fighting him for a while. It was probably the right idea to actually not fight him, but I tried. I wanted to try, at the very least. At the very least, we'll get some consolation prizes in the form of just random materials here and there.
A rabble-rouser.
We'll just ignore him now at this point.
Have at thee, vagabond.
See you later, loser.
Holy artillery! Green lightning!
Yeah, I'm not engaging in your tomfoolery. See ya. Yeah, so he's a bit too dangerous for us right now, as to be expected. He is not built for level 49, though. I think what you should do is, at least, this is more directed to the game devs. If I were you, I'd probably put him over into Act 3, because that's when you actually do get your horses, so that's probably for the best. What we can do, I suppose, is target Bane, I suppose. That might be a better target for now. We do need some better gear, and we did get Maja the Dark Servant just recently. But I suppose we need to deal with Bane in order to get a chance to get some more materials, so probably for the best that we deal with them next. We used a lot of blood potions, though, which kind of sucks, but ah well. Ah well. It's fine. We will live. That said, it is annoying that I lost so much, but whatever. You live and learn. To that end, I'm going to have to figure out what I'm going to do with Bane, actually. So before I do continue, let's swap up my spellbook here. Let's swap back over to the Tried and True Void. And what was it? I guess Bone Explosion combo? Oh, right. And we need to change back our ultimate here. What are we going to use? I think it might be better to grab Heart Strike here. Dash forward and strike enemies in a line, deals 115% magic damage and heals health for 150% of your spell power. I think we can do this. No more blood erupts from when the effects end, dealing an additional 150. Yeah. We'll use that for the meantime. I guess we go to this one, and we can get to Bane quickly. Where is he, though? He's this direction. That's good. That means we know roughly where he's going to be. We are going to have to face him at daytime, which is a bit of a bummer. Oh, he's here. Oh, I see. So it's this guy.
I'll make this quick and quiet. In the dark. This is the eternal night. Look twice. We're not alone.
Okay.
This is the eternal night.
Okay. Ow.
Shadows, obey me. Quietly now. My blood reserves run low.
Ow.
Black magic.
Oh, God.
Shadows, obey me. never ending.
There we go. Got him. Had to lock in, but got him.
We are eternal.
Nice try. But, seems like I've managed to do that. Okay. Good.
I feel stronger.
Numbing chill. A whole bunch of random assortments of goodies. Got a bunch of wood for our troubles, so that's nice. Didn't unlock a few spells, but that's fine. We won in the end, so that's all that matters, really. But by God, that was close. Okay. Before we go any further, let's check. We've managed to unlock the ability to craft daggers. We've managed to pick up human form. And Unholy Spell Point Tier 4, which is a dash. Alright. We've got Terra, the Necromancer, or the Geomancer, rather. Not Necromancer. She's good with gem cutting tables, which would be good for certain upgrades. Frostmaw would ideally be next, given they can make thick leather, and that will upgrade our armor value. Alternatively, we go after General Elena, the Hollow. Elena would probably be the best target for us, because we can get the Elixir of the Raven, which will increase our physical crit chance. Well, it wouldn't be the best choice, but it is an option. And we do get passive slot, it seems. So, let's aim for General Elena today, or this time. Because that's going to probably be our best target here. We do get Veil of Bones, though, if we want to get some Skeleton Warriors, so that's nice. Spell School Mastery. We get a increased feed cooldown rate by 15%, so that's good. But ultimately, it's just a matter of time, more than anything, on how we get things done. Alright, we're gonna make our way back, I guess. General Elena is that direction, so yeah, no, she's in the, she's in Dracula's area, put simply. So if we want to get to her, we're gonna actually have to chase her down. Gonna be a bit of a difficult fight, but it's not impossible compared to the others. In fact, I think she's the easiest of the three that we be targeting. Frostmaw is probably the most important of the three. But he is also by far the more dangerous target, I do believe. Though encountering Frostmaw is probably the most difficult issue that we're gonna have to overcome. For now, though, let's warp over to our Castle Waygate here. And get ready. Let's start by stowing some things here. I'm gonna take these. We'll take this, put this here, put this here. Alright, there we go. We're gonna get rid of tier 1 gems in favor of tier 2s, because tier 1s are kind of useless now. We will save harvesting for later. I'm going to use this as a chance to let it grow and cultivate before I harvest them. We're going to go up to the 3rd floor here. Learn what we can. We've learned Bloodhunter boots. But beyond that, the rest is useless, so we'll recycle them. Back before we go, let's see. Research table doesn't have anything for us, so that's fine. We are going to have to give our minions something to down, so we'll deal with that later. But we will swap over to a 98 blood. To that end, actually, let's see if I can't... we're going to need greater blood essence and more planks. Alright, we will give our pig here a Twilight Snapper. We'll also feed him the Piercing Stinger. And then we'll get another glass bottle from him. We're definitely going to want to convert the bear now, though. Because the bear is no longer... I mean, I guess he's technically useful to a degree. Yeah, we don't need him, though. Let's take all these books here, because all of them are useless. And tuck them in here for conversions. Alright. We are definitely going to need more herbs in the future, so we'll have to get more of that along the way. The best way we can obtain more herbs is just quite literally by buying them. We've got plenty of copper coins to make that happen. And because we now actually have the ability to carry silver coins, why not take it with us? Because I do believe what we can do is we can do some juggling in trade, is what I'd like to call it. Of course, it's going to cost a pretty penny to get the materials we need, but I do believe it is possible to get everything that we need with spending some coin to get some coin. Of course, it requires some sacrifice, but small price to pay. Alright.
Break it,
good.
you buy it.
There we go.
Break it, you buy it.
Alright, we've got 2 of the miner's maces. That's good. Do they have
Break
the
it,
axes,
you
though?
buy it.
They do not. That is unfortunate. Potion
Got me
dealer.
something special.
You do have Blood Rose Potion, but I don't think it's wise for us to buy them. Well, we'll go to the other one, see if they also have some miner's maces. Because if you are familiar with this game, you will know that there is a small trick in order to get more silver coins. And that is to use the Devourer and devour these rare items. By devouring them, you get coins. So, there is merit to doing this. We'll go to the other area now. I believe we need to go, yep, across here. So, yeah, we slip by here. We go talk with the goods dealer.
Want to trade?
Yep, we're gonna buy those lumberjack axes. That is another 2 things that we can actually
Got you something
require, and we're just gonna buy the rest in Blood Rose. It's only a few, but hey, it's still something. You can't knock it till you use it, so. But with this, we can convert all these into silver coins. And because we have our human form, we can actually go into the human market to get some upgrades to our duds. Or at the very least, upgrades to the materials that we can use. We can't exactly... I mean, let's see, where do we go? I guess we go over to this one. I mean, it doesn't matter. We'll go to this one instead. It doesn't really matter how we get there, it's just that we get there. Oh, right, I forgot to grind these down. That's my mistake. Let me actually quickly do that before I forget. We won't be able to buy anything with this many silver coins, I don't think. I mean, we can technically buy 1 recipe, but that's about it. And that would not be ideal. We would need to get more points. Toss all these in. Grab all these. Toss the gems in. Knowledge goes in. Everything but the silver coins goes in. Yep. For every material you buy, you get 12 silver coins for our troubles. There's a small trade-off if you're trying to convert coins into something. Why they convert into silver coins, I have no idea. They just do. There we go. And with that, we now head off to the market. Because 90 coins is definitely going to get us somewhere with our purchases. Now the question lies in what we get, really, doesn't it? Let's see. I guess we can go this way. Save us some trouble. I'm still surprised I managed to get a 98 blood pig. Kind of shocking, really. Alright. That is a 58 worker, that's not bad. But we're looking for, 99 200s. Okay. Human
From
form.
flesh to shadow.
There we go. Alright, rural goods. Nothing that we need. There's fish, but nothing that we really need. Alright, the rural book merchant is probably the most important here.
Enjoy my humble shop.
Alright. Merciless Iron Whip, Merciless Iron Daggers, Merciless Iron Reaper, Pendant of the Warlock. We either go for the thing... We either go for the Dark Magus gear, which should net us one piece of gear, I think. We're gonna aim for the Merciless... I kinda want to try the daggers, honestly. Should I try them? Yeah, why not? Let's get wacky here. Alright. I have no idea how the daggers are going to work, to be honest, because I've never tried them before. This is a new update, even for me, so I guess we'll have to see how they fare. But hey, if the daggers are up to snuff and I actually like them, I might use them quite a bit. We'll see how they fare. See how they fare. Because usually I'm a fan of the slashers, which are equally as interesting. So it really just comes down to personal preference at that point. But if I do get the slashers, I'm probably going to use them as my primary weapon. Whether I use them or not really just depends on if I like them. Well, daggers, whether I like them or not. Let's see. Alright, so iron daggers, take some planks. I can learn them. Okay, we've got plenty of planks, I do believe. There we go. That'll be good for upgrades and whatnot. So now, we just make the iron daggers. It is a throwing weapon that deals physical damage. Okay, so it's not like the longbow, but it's not a charge attack, but it's probably something that just deals instant attacks, which will determine whether I use them or not. Because if the daggers are anything like his current weapon, ooh, I could actually get behind this. But anyways, Merciless Iron Daggers. If they are any good, I'm probably going to be using them. Usually I'm a fan of the guns, but trying out these throwing daggers might be interesting. Let's see. We just need greater blood essence in order to make the merciless version, which shouldn't be too impossible. Before we do that, let's see how the daggers fare. Okay, so there's a cooldown on stacked daggers. Okay. There's a rate of daggers, and then there's... Oh. I see. Interesting. Throw up to 4 daggers, each dealing 40 physical damage. Hitting an enemy or solid object causes the dagger to stick into the ground. Gain 1 dagger stack every 1.1 second. Oh, okay, that's interesting. So what essentially happens is you throw a whole bunch in, then you draw them back in with E. Inflict a 1.5 second fading snare and release all daggers that are stuck in the ground. Release daggers return to you, piercing enemies and dealing 40% physical damage. Okay. This is a very weird weapon. I'm not used to it. Compared to the bow, it's probably more finesse-oriented. I could see some plays coming in. It's a decent ranged weapon, I suppose. I'm not sure. I'll have to give it a try for a little bit. See how I feel about it. It's one of those things where you don't knock it till you try it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my bow away for now. And we'll just use the daggers for a bit. See how they fare. Okay, what do I need to do? Right, I need to deal with their General Elena. Before I do that, I should probably make the merciless version. So we're going to need greater blood essence. In order to get that, there is 2 ways. I believe I've unlocked the other way that I can do it, which is just taking a whole bunch of blood and going for that route. There is the other option, of course, which is the Tainted Heart route. Well, not the Tainted Heart, the Unsullied Heart route. But hey, each their own. Okay, so we do this and this. That'll get us what we need. Can we make better blood handling, actually? Curious. Refinements. We can't just yet, but I can still make an effort to make another here, and let that process normal blood essence. This is going to take some time, so obviously we won't be able to fight for a little bit, but we can use this time to build a bit, if only to build up the upper portion here, if anything. There we go, that's 1/2. There we go. Nice and closed off. Now it looks a little bit better for ourselves. It looks nice here. Of course, we're going to need to get some lighting in, but other than that, we should be fine. What are these again? These are Verdant Castle scones. So let's go into lighting. Verdant Castle scones. Make sure the lighting is white. There we go. Let's bring in some lighting here, just to make it look nice. Go. Alright, that's 2. And we'll just go up to the 3rd floor here. Takes copper ingots just to do this, so that's good. Here we are. There we go. That looks a bit nicer. Just to make it a bit more bright in this room, in these rooms here. Alright. I mean, I guess I could split up the work with the, Yeah, I could just straight up go into production here and make some more refinement things. We need more planks, though, if we're going to do that. I'll take some of that while I'm at it. Here. There we go. We'll let that process for a bit. Got one of the three. I guess I can quickly go into learning some knowledge while I'm at it. I do think we just barely have enough. I could be wrong, though. At the very least, learning how to make the floor that we need is probably ideal. But we get garden furniture and lanterns instead, which is fine. Let's see. Here we go. In here, we'll do purple. And in here, yeah, we'll leave that for now. I do believe with this time that we've allocated, just dabbling here. But we're almost done with the third. We can just wait 30 seconds. It's no big deal. Take this time to take a drink. Alright. 5 more seconds, and then we can start making that upgrade to these daggers, and then we can get going. There we go. I wanted to get the merciless daggers done at the very least, so that way I'm ready for whatever comes next. I'm not sure we will ever be ready, but, I mean, the best we can do is, you know, trying our best, and we'll see. There we go. Whole bunch of iron. There we are. Alright. Merciless daggers take 5 seconds to make. Bada boom. We've got the merciless iron daggers. That's going to be a bit of a power spike. Tiny bit, but still. A spike none the same. Or all the same, rather. Alright, we'll take this, take this. Split all these into 3 bits. Okay. And then we'll split these in. There we go. That's a bit more stone for us. And with these daggers, we just need some potions, and then we should be good to go. Assuming we even have the ability to make potions with these. Or, yeah, no, we don't have enough blood rose. So again, it's more of a material issue. We lack the required amount in order to make more. Later on, that won't be an issue because we'll have so much resource that we will be drowning in it. But as of right now, it's just unfortunately something we'll have to suffer through. What we can do, though, is what we need to do is we need to go over here, and we just need to target Elena. Elena will be the first of many targets that we will need to deal... Well, not many, but first of the few that we will need to deal with in order to obtain a good victory. It does appear that if you swap from one weapon to another, you will lose out on the dagger buffs. So that will suck if you do fail to chain properly. Which will be a bummer if you leave it be. So that will suck if we try and fight. But that is a small price we'll have to deal with as we're going along. Okay. Nice try. Okay, we've managed to make our way over to this area. But now we need to make our way over to the other. So now we need to go over to the area where sun doesn't shine. We can go through here, but it's probably not for the best. We'll just go around here. Lifesteal is probably going to be the next best thing for potions that we're going to get. We're definitely going to have to start making a select list of potions in order to fight an enemy.
In the name of Master Dracula, you will! Die!
Okay.
Cower! Cower! Fall.
Okay.
Stay beneath us where you belong. Barderon bends to my master's fall. The Legion of Nocturne will be victorious.
Okay. Ow. Okay.
Cannot go on.
If it weren't for the minions, I'd probably get it. But alas. I'm actually liking those daggers. They're actually pretty fun. They recharge rather fast, all things considering, and as long as you know how to play with them, you know how to, it's actually pretty fun. What you have to do is basically just chain as many of the daggers as possible, and then you're good. That's all it really is, just playing, you're playing carefully with them.
Enemies of Dracula will be punished. Cower! legion of Noctum rises above. Varderon belongs to Master Dracula. Die!
Yeah, no, if you stack it, holy.
My master demands perfection, and so he will have it. Die! Varderon bends to my master's will.
Ow. There we go. There we go. Oh,
Forgive me.
that's too bad. Yeah, no, the daggers are actually kind of fun. If you know how to play your cards right, they're actually really efficient in doing the damage that you need. Now, of course, they're not perfect, but considering most ranged weapons, these are actually kind of fun. I'm actually going to use these for a while. Combine them with slashers, and we got ourselves a very fast attacking weapon and piece of a very fast attacking weapon. Similar to the guns, but not really. I guess the next target is probably going to be Frostmaw. The claws are probably going to be the most interesting of the combat that we're going to deal with, but we'll see. Launch a projectile dealing 160 magic damage and inflicting freeze lasting 4 seconds. Just the lance could be fun, I suppose. Alright, but that is that done. Before we do leave this area, I should probably collect some Stygian shards. Nothing too crazy, just the bare minimum. There we go. Yeah, no, in fact, he can take a lot of distance here. I could see this getting really nasty really quick. While it does lack area of effect, it's actually a good boss killer, I think. Okay. Bit too much like
It's not the
bit
end.
too much to chew, that's for sure. A bit too much enemies, that's for sure. Okay, but that's not too surprising. I'm used to the losing as I am the victory, so it's all good. We are suffering a bit, but it's nothing that we can't handle, really. Just a bit of difficulty, and hey, seems like somebody dropped something nice. That's good. I won't complain. That is Alchemy Lab flooring. That is a research desk thing. Alright, grab all that. Move the potions over to my bar here. There we go. The moon is rising. Grab the Stygian shards, because why not? Well, I kind of need to. Okay. Before we do continue, I do want to go into my spellbook here and probably swap out our ultimate here. Get our usual. $62, huh? Not bad. I don't think you can actually tame these guys, though. There we go. Got him. I really do like these daggers now. They're not bad. They're not bad at all. I could see myself getting used to these. Yeah, it's not bad. Okay, so far so good. Alright, let's move up to here. They stand no chance. Okay, worker 198, not really that great. It's something. Oh, hello. Oh, they disappear. Once you reach a certain threshold, they just disappear. They don't even save their companions here. Dang. A big mood. blood's running low. I should definitely swap over to a Draculan blood at this rate. Okay. Yeah, none of them really strike me as the blood types that I want, so we'll unlock this, see what's in here, grab what we can. Okay, we've got pristine hearts, that's pretty good. Or exquisite, rather. We got banners. Nothing here. Here's another chest. We can grab that. Why not, right? Alright, take those. How's our collection of stitching shards? It's a 260. I'm sure if we get enough, we should be able to procure some significant levels of them. I don't think we're going to get much out of them, though, so no point in pressuring too much. Is that an Elixir of the Crow, I believe? Okay, so far so good. That is a 46 Draculan. I might as well take her blood type. Why not? Save us some suffering. There we go. If we do run into a nice blood type, that'd be nice, but I'm not pushing for the hope that happens. There we go. What do vampires now get? You get increased spell power, spell critical chance, spell leech. Oh, so Draculan is now a magic type boost for you. That's actually really good. For what it's worth, that's actually a really good blood type to have. At least for vampires who focus into spell power. So I could see us using that to combine Bone Explosion and whatnot to make it even stronger, so that's good. Not impossible to do, at the very least. Alright, now we're being left with the goal to deal with Frostmaw. And by golly, is it going to be difficult. If I recall correctly, he likes to charge a lot, so... First, let's settle the situation with the barrier. So we're going to use Ward of Damned to keep ourselves alive. And that's literally all we need beyond, okay, good. Ow. Hey, let's dodge. Okay. Ow. Okay. Yeah, I completely forgot he has that ray attack. That's, spooky. I mean, I could take him out. Like, looking at it, I have the potential to do so. He is he's surprisingly easier than I took him out to be. That's actually going to be possible. It's just a bit of a difficult fight, because I know for a fact that he's always going to be annoying. To a degree. But yeah, no, that's actually a possible fight. I can do that. That's easy. That's easy. In fact, I think he got nerfed, if anything, which is kind of surprising. Although, to be fair, given what he was capable of last time I fought him on brutal difficulty, ooh, yeah, he's a doozy. That version of him was not something you want to take with lightly. That said, it does appear that the shield is not going to work, so we want to go for a frost barrier instead. We want to counter, ideally. That would be a safer option fighting against him with. Ow. Okay. I've been a bit dumb here. Okay. Are you kidding?
No. This cannot be the end.
Probably the awkward position I was in, among other things. Although, I think I can handle him. I think. It's more so just a skill issue on my end. I'm not doing good. I'm not doing hot. Like, comparatively to what I was doing before, I was doing well. So, I've got to time my dodges. That's what I gotta do. I keep spamming them out, and that's not a good thing for us. If I keep spamming them out, I'm just gonna keep going down. That's the issue. So, Rain of Daggers is a good dodge, from what I've seen. So, unlike how slashers dodge, the Rain of Daggers actually allows you some... It's got some invincibility frames to it, essentially. So, all you gotta do is just find the right moment to strike, really. Okay, back up. Ow. Nice try. Okay. Ow. Nope. Okay. Alright, got him. That's okay. So yeah, no, I'm enjoying the daggers now. I found my new favorite.
I feel stronger.
But yes, we've actually got the thick leather now, so now we can actually benefit from grabbing, or getting stronger from it. So that's good. The bear certainly helped pulse aggro, so that is honestly a really good benefit. I'm now curious what the claws do. Iron claws, dark silver claws. That just leaves the geomancer, which is going to help us with jewels and whatnot. But for our troubles, we do manage to get Arctic Leap or Ice Block. Ice Block gives us a massive shield, which turns target ally or self into solid ice for up to 5 seconds and summons a Frost Vortex. Ice Shield blocks 500 damage. 500% of your spell power and damage. Grants immunity to crowd control effects and heals up to 10% of the target's maximum health. This is good if you want to tank some stuff, but not ideal. I think we're going to go for Arctic Leap, though. Arctic Leap has more versatility, I'd say. That said, we are going to need to get some more thick leather, so now would be the time to go in through here and gather trees. So that's going to be our chore for now. We're going to need to get a bunch of hallowed wood anyways. Don't get a lot of hallowed wood, do ya? Okay. So obviously the situation's as follows. We need a whole bunch of hallowed wood. Okay, we're only getting like fractions of wood, huh? That's fine. We do need the thick hide, so this is a good time as any to get them. There we go. Easy peasy. There we go. Alright, if I can get some saplings of hallowed wood, that actually would elevate things significantly. Not sure why I'm getting so little. Oh well. We will eventually get the hallowed wood we need, so that's good. The reason I'm getting hallowed wood is because it will allow us to get oil every time we harvest it, so getting a farm of hallowed wood is actually really good. If only to get the oil that you need for certain recipes. It's not perfect, but hey. If you're looking for a lot of wood, this is the best way to go. Not only that, but you're also getting a whole bunch of wood here in this area anyways. So there is merit to going here, among other things. Thick hide, at the very least, is also another thing that you want to come here for, so... me doing this is also working in our favor. Oh, you're not getting a lot of wood, huh? Not sure why I'm getting so little from the hallowed wood. Maybe that's just the property of it? Okay. Alright, not bad. Okay. I guess that should be enough, but you know what? Let's keep going. I have a weird feeling that getting more is gonna help us more. At the very least, our surplus of wood is gonna be skyrocketing because of this, so that's good. That should be enough. 6,000 wood and 439 of the other. Oh, nearly. Thick hide is still useful for us. That's 775. We've got a little bit of oil, but nothing truly spectacular like we gathered before. Which is a shame, but not unexpected of our current setup right now. Okay. Overall, we're doing quite well, I'd say. Alright, well, let's just head back to base. We will refine all this wood at the very least. There we go. Nice. Alright, and with that, we head back to base. No need to sugarcoat what we're doing beyond that point. Alright. There we go. That's 2,000 wood across the board. We'll grab all these planks here. That is a good surplus there. Let's see. Alright, 300 across the board. That's going to get us a whole bunch of bricks that we could use. There we are. Those will process generously. Do we have anything that allows us to... Do we have any workshop flooring? We do have workshop flooring. There we go. That's going to increase the efficiency there. And by that, I mean it's going to change the recipe from 20 to 15. So that'll be nice to have. Okay. And while that's processing, we'll toss in the hallowed wood, which is also going to produce oil for us as part of its byproduct, which is nice. Corruption Skull, we can't learn. We can't learn Chaos Barrier either, which is a bummer. So once again, limited by our potential. Deposit everything that we don't really need. We've got the Elixir of the Crow. A brew that increases weapon leech by 5% and weapon cooldown rates by 7%. This could be really useful in certain circumstances. As of right now, we don't need to worry about it. Alright. So what we should do is we should take out the thick hide, and we are going to need to take out the oil. Both are going to be vital for what we're going to do next. And I guess we just need to go up to the tailoring floor here. So the third floor here should be it. Alright, the tannery. Alright. That's going to produce thick leather with the process here. It's going to be a bit costly to do, but it's necessary. At the very least, we got a 25% discount on it, so that's going to be truly nice to have. Is it perfect? Probably not, but it needs to be done. Okay, Bloodhunter boots, Crimson Templar leggings. None of these really appeal to me, gear-wise, but we are going to need to make a new bag. That's going to require thick leather anyways, so us doing this is actually a necessary thing. That said, we are going to need to procure a whole bunch of oil. Now, in order for us to get that oil, my first instinct would be to obviously go get some... go here to check. Blood press, if we can get fish, we can actually procure it that way, which is also an option. We'll take these. We'll leave the blood to its own devices. We've got 6 greater blood essence now, so that's good. That said, we are going to need some new armor. New duds, if you will, to increase our potential. But overall, we're doing quite well, I'd say. Alright, let's see. Production. Knowledge. Altar of Stygian Awakening. This is a library-specific altar. We've got the greater blood essence for it. So all we need to do is just go into the library here in order to place it down. There we go. And in it goes. We need 400 shards in order to unlock a random... Oh, I see. So, originally you could choose what sort of awakening you got, but now it's random. And this is just elemental awakenings, mind you. So, this is only things that, yeah, so everything's random now, it seems. Which is okay. I can respect the hustle for randomness. Alright. But beyond that, we are just going to go over to out here. Start gathering what we can. Okay. That is a whole bunch of herbs. Nothing too crazy. Anything in Devour? No. That's good. Well, yeah, that's alright. You got some herbs, but nothing too crazy. We can take the snowflower seeds, I suppose. What we'll do is we'll just take those. There. There we go. Alright, that just leaves us with, the question of what else can we do here? Well, obviously, we're going to need to get some higher tier gear. The bag is probably going to be good. Let's figure out what these iron claws do, because I'm actually curious now. I've never seen iron claws before, so this is a new weapon even for me. I've seen the iron greatsword. It's not that great, but I can go through them all in due time anyways, so it's no big deal. But I do want to at least try out the iron claws, because I'm curious. I'm very curious. This could very well be the preliminary weapon that we use instead of the Iron Reaper, which is good for farming, but that's just about it. So what I'd probably do is I'd probably hit Iron Reaper on the 5th slot. Or maybe I might even do the Merciless Iron Daggers on the 5th slot. But let's see what the... Alright, let's see. So... we've got a wide arc of an attack. We've got a lunge. And then we've got a skewering leap. Oh. That is a lot of mobility. And technically, when you're dealing with leaps, you've also got a form of dodge available to you. I am probably going to use this for a while. If my hunch is correct, this is probably going to be one of the few main weapons we wield. Until, of course, we get the slashers, which is my staple favorite. I kind of like the dodge and dodge back, so... I digress, though. I digress. Let's see. Gaius the Cursed Champion gets us Twin Blades, which is yet another new item. Not exactly the best target to go for. Let's see. The gem cutting table is probably going to be our most friendly tool. So we should definitely take advantage of that. If I had one gripe about the skewering leap is that, yeah, the only concern is obviously skewering into the ground, right? That's about the only concern I have beyond everything. We're going to get the Mountain Peak bag here. This is going to get us a nice juicy upgrade to 2 inventory slots. It increases our silver coin carry immunity up to 300 instead of 200. In addition, we get some health, which is well needed. Well needed. While that's actually processing... Well, no, we'll grab this first before we do. Alright, that's the new bag. That's certainly going to help. Okay. So these claws, as long as you're accurate with them, will benefit you, but beyond that, it's probably not the best to be using them. As much as they can be useful, I don't think it's wise to. Well, I mean... in a sense of dodging, I mean, using them to dodge is still pretty awesome, so there you go, but I digress. Okay, put the tailoring away, ditch these in there, there we go. We've not unlocked any of these yet. We're gonna recycle this. That'll be it. We're definitely going to need more oil, though, if we want more of that leather. Alas. What I will do is I'm going to go back to the vampire area, because we will need to secure ourselves some more resources. And I think if we can, I'd like to try and find some, I'd like to try to find some blood types. very least, the radius for these claws is wacky, insane. We got quite a few here. Before we do go any further, I should probably get my spellbook back. Let's see. Right, this. Okay, so we got a few issues here and there, but other than that, we're fine. Yeah, I don't know. These claws I've got mixed feelings about. They do have the power to incapacitate, which is pretty awesome. For a stun, that's pretty nice. It's hard to ignore that, at the very least. It's not to my favor, though, I'm gonna be real. I don't know. I've got mixed feelings about the claws. I can see its use. I can certainly see it being used. Okay, well, regardless, we do want the Stygian shards, so that's why I'm going to collect them. Getting as many as we can here will allow us to upgrade. Go. At the very least, they're a good substitute to the slashers we'll eventually get, which I find will be very useful to us. We are definitely not going to get a lot of greater Stygian shards doing this method, but it's a small addition, so... Go. Okay, grab you. You're a 43 blooder. You'll have to do for now. We're definitely going to have to tame a high tier blood eventually. If we're lucky, we can tame it. If not, well, that's just fate, isn't it? Although I do believe that there's like a specific requirement here for him. Go. At least we're getting a lot of material. Hey. Oh. Okay, so apparently the daggers might also be able to parry things? Or parry projectiles? I'm not sure. It certainly destroyed the heart, at the very least. I'm not sure if that was intentional or not, or it was just me getting lucky. Something. Well, regardless. Alright, not bad. I'm actually really enjoying these. I keep saying it, but it doesn't elaborate how I'm actually enjoying this. It's new and I really like it. I think the daggers were a good choice. Alright, grab those. Break these. Alright, a whole bunch of Stygian shards, never a bad thing. And of course, these slashers have their moments. I'm not sure if it's a good thing or I've got mixed feelings about them, obviously. Try. Yeah, it's sort of like the faster version of a scythe, honestly. The only difference is that instead of a long-winded area of effect attack, they've got a jump instead. And instead of a single instead of a circular strike, they've got a arc strike. There we go. Here we are. That is an 82 Draculan. I could try and take that one. The thing is, with the, how it is, I don't know, how dangerous the enemy is. And whether I can tame him or not.
Minds are so malleable.
Let's see.
You are under my command.
Can I tame you? Yes, I can.
Bend to my will.
You. I'm gonna send you back.
You look right at home.
Alright, that's an 82% blood in our, camp now. That's good. I don't think I'm gonna guarantee 100, but, hey. An 82%'s, equal, a fair trade. There we go. Alright. Got 77s around, but nothing too crazy. Alright, I think it's time we skedaddle here, but maybe we can take out the enemies. Why not? Ow. Ow. Okay, never mind. I guess the enemies will take me out instead. I'm not too surprised. It happens. Alright. Well, at the very least we got the 83%er, so I'm not complaining too much. That 83%er will go towards getting spell life leech and increased spell charge gain. Re-increased spell charge gain. Does that mean I get 5 uses of Ruinous Abyss? That's a scary thought if that's the case. But regardless, that. Alright, there we go. Not bad. Not bad at all. Just clearing up the mess with ease. Okay. Not bad. The rewards are, yeah, they're okay. I think the most important thing is obviously... Well, at least I did fight for this, because we do get a chest, so that's good. The big thing is obviously the Stygian shards. We get 300 per run here. Probably not for the best if we want to get the rift incursions dealt with, but hey. We're doing the best that we can with what time we've got, so it's all good. So, what we'll do is we'll return now. We've got some Scourge Stone for our troubles at the very least, so that's nice. We don't need to worry about too much the forest creatures or anything like that. Yes, we can do so in order to get more thick hide, but we're fine on thick hide. If anything, it's oil we need, so we'll prioritize that later. For now, though, we will retreat to the Waygate back to base. And let's see. I guess we go up to the 3rd floor in order to procure what we need. I'm actually going to do a different thing here. I'm actually going to centralize the portal here. So that way we've got a way up and down. It's a 2nd floor portal, but hey, it'll do its job. That's the most important part. But anyways, altar. We can discover 1, and we got ourselves Chillweave. Shields absorb 10% additional damage. Breaking freeze with a damaging attack triggers a Frost Nova, dealing 40% magic damage and inflicting chill. Interesting. Well, it's something. If I go into Spellbook here... Passive abilities, here we go. Passive slot is empty. Equip the passive into this slot to make it active. I see, so it's a drag and drop sort of situation. Considering we have nothing else... Yeah, considering we have nothing else, there's no reason to not put it in there. So there you go. Shields absorb 10% of additional damage, so that's nice. Okay, so the system has been somewhat revamped. It's been redesigned to a degree, which is certainly intriguing at the very least. Not sure how to react to that, because it could go either way on how dangerous it could or useful it could be. To that end, though, I guess it's in our best interest to get some better gear. So, really, the last thing on our agenda is to just... Well, we got the thick leather. We just need enough gold coins or studying material in order to do it. So let's stow what we can here for now. We are definitely going to need more scrolls and all that to get what we need. Go. I mean, I could make a whole bunch of, let's see, crafting, refinement. We should make a devourer here at the very least. If only to, make it easy to grind down certain things. So, let's see. We can unlock the banners. And that's about it. We got the research desk, which has some... we can't learn... We've already learned alchemy lab flooring, so we don't need to learn it again. But I will learn another structure thing. Vases of plants, pretty good. Have that be devoured. We've got a choice between just leaving our scrolls for now and focusing on armor, which will take some time. I think we are going to need paper presses, though. That is a given. Because of the altar, let's see. What happens if we do it outside? it does not matter. So the Altar of Stygian Awakening is probably for our best interest. Gonna go here. Put the eye there for now. Okay. And let's actually build some paper presses. And we'll move this out to the outside here. That way we've got more room for the paper press. There we go. So, in order to make paper, we need a whole bunch of sawdust and plant fiber. I do believe we've been collecting a whole slew of that, so we can easily make that done. But in order to make scrolls, we are going to need paper and coarse thread. Which is equally possible. We just need library flooring to make it cheaper. Do we have library flooring? I don't think we do. Library flooring? Yeah, no, we got tailoring flooring, but we not got library flooring. We've got cobblestone paths now, though. So we are going to have to work in order to get that. The next best option is obviously to get a whole bunch of silver coins. And I guess the best way to get those is quite literally raid some villages. So, let's do that. Let's raid some villages. God, it feels so barren without the teleporter down there. Alright, let's see. I guess what we'll do is we will head over to Dawnbreak Village. Get our resources there, I suppose. Yeah, we'll start with Dawnbreak Village. That's probably for the best. We'll net some income from them by destroying practically everything that we can get our hands on. And who knows, we may get some fancy little things here and there for our troubles, so that'll be nice. Well, regardless. Okay, there we go. That's a whole bunch of stuff. Nice. Plant fire, stone, all that jazz. Okay. Oh. I guess I scared Granny going by that. Going by all that noise. There we go. Grab that. There we go. Oh, there you go. Just deal with him. The crier has been dealt with. Let's actually consume that vermin salve. Not the best healing, but when you get it for free and you're damaged, not a bad idea, especially if you're not in combat. go. No coins. There we go. Not bad, not bad at all. Hey. Alright, we got a chest here. Grab that. Grab those. Let's see. The sanguine coil. We don't really have that yet. There's no point in using it. Yoink, that's sunflower seeds. Never a bad thing. Grab these. There we go. Nice. I guess we can go into the garlic infested zones as well. That is also an option. Not the best, but I mean, it is an option. Oh, that's actually a good chest. We should definitely check that out. Okay, grab those. Peel this open. We should get some nice goodies here. Yoink. About the only interesting one is the gold jewelry, because that is a late game tool that will help us later. We are gonna get this chaos volley here. It'll increase our damage and reduce cooldown. The cooldown reduction is probably the most important of the lots there. Alright. Okay. Yeah, no, now I think about it, now I know what they remind me of. The Q attack reminds me of the lunge from the axes. The only difference is that you don't have the X strike. There we go. No wonder they felt familiar. That's why I have mixed feelings about them, because they don't have that weird X combat thing that gives them a bit of range. Instead, you just lunge at your enemy like a madman. Which, you know, you can respect it, I suppose.
There's no space in my inventory.
Wow. I ran out of space. Let's drop these through gems. We don't need those as much. Cotton seeds are always going to be handy, so grabbing them is always going to be a recommended choice.
My bags are filled.
Alright, let's see. We'll equip this. Eh? Oh, that's it. Okay. We'll drop that. Grab the oil. Alright, in we go.
Secrets of the sanguine world, speak to me.
And we don't really need these scholars, so we're just gonna take them out. Fish. Fish is more important here, so we're just gonna drop this leather here. Yoink. Fish is always good. Actually, surprised we filled up our
There's no
inventory so
space in my
quickly.
inventory.
Well, I'm not complaining. These towns are known for random loot across the board. Hello. Killer's curved razors. We're taking those. We'll ditch the rats for the morning lily seeds. We don't really need the Arctic storm, nor this, so ditch this, take this. Yeah, swap it for that. That should be acceptable. And the goby we'll just replace with grave dust. There we go. Alright, that should be good. Let's get out of here. We'll head north this way. Go over to this. There we go. Yeah, we'll just ignore the militia camp and just go straight here. Alright. Let's see. Unlock certain things. We'll ditch this, I think. Right, and that should be it. We didn't get much silver coins as I had hoped, but we did manage to get some seeds, which is something that we did need in a sense. So getting those is actually a good thing. Alright. I think I'm going to wrap it up here for today. I'm getting a bit tired, so yeah. All in all, we made some significant progress, I'd say. I mean, hey, we actually managed to get a whole bunch of copper coins, so that's actually going to help us get what we need in the long run, so getting it done now rather than later is probably for the best. Let me just quickly deposit these. There we go. Actually, I'll just quickly plant the seeds and then I'll wrap up. Why not? Why not do some planting while we're here? Okay, that's cotton. This is sunflower. Alright, morning lily. Go here. And the cotton will go here. There we go. Alright. But yeah, no, we've made some significant progress. Not only have we managed to upgrade our bags, we've managed to secure ourselves two new types of weapons. I'm starting to grow on the claws, personally. But I think I'm still much a fan of the slashers. It also ironed out the choice because, I mean, static is pretty awesome for a choice, but, I mean, anything goes with it. Yeah, no, I very much like the iron daggers. I'm probably going to ditch the bow for them at this point and go from there. I'll probably also ditch the iron reaper because I kind of am enjoying the iron claws quite a bit. Alright, what is next stream? I suppose we'll deal with the Terra the Geomancer. And, I guess next on our list would probably have to be getting as much coins as possible. So we'll have to do a few frequent raids on Dawnbreak Village and Mosswick Village in order to get a whole bunch of copper coins. To which we will just quickly go over to the merchants here, buy out their tools, grind those down, and then we can just go straight back over to the Merchant Association and Dunley Farmers Markets and just scale the operation up. If I can, I'll try and find a more efficient method on the stream or going forward, but the only real efficient method beyond just doing that method is somewhere late into the game where you're in the final area. Well, technically final area. There's a new area over here, I should say, but that is something we will toy around with next time. So that'll be fun. That is true. But I digress. I hope you guys enjoyed today's stream. I know I did. And I will see you guys next stream. Take care, everybody, and have a good day.